Man, sometimes I feel like an asshole because I got to come on here once again and say I was fucking right. What was I right about? Well, we all know this story where the two chicks and another dude was found dead in Florida. They're teenagers. And I told you guys that it would be teens involved in this incident. And of course, they were. And of course, they're exactly the type of teens that I thought they were. These two of these teens were arrested for the murders of the 3 dead teens over here. We still have one on the run. I'm thejbgunner. This is Cryme Time. This is an update to a story we did just 2 days ago, but we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Let's do it.
Bring it back.
Yeah, I gotta ask y'all the question. Is anybody really surprised here? Now I understand this isn't my political channel, this isn't my social commentary channel, this is the Cryme Time channel, true crime channel. But let's be real. Is anybody really surprised at what they're seeing here? Now, I get it. A lot of you guys are going to be like, what do you mean by that, JB? You know what the fuck I mean by what I'm saying. But anyway, we're going to get on into this story. But before we do, I want to say first and foremost, thank you to everybody that supports this channel, any of my channels, regardless of the method you choose, whether it's Cash App, Patreon, Venmo, PayPal. Guys, truth is, I couldn't do this each and every day as often as I do without you, the Gun Squad. So big shout out to you guys. And if you too find value in my content, feel free to hit the links down below. I've lost a couple sponsors recently, and you guys are still the people that make this thing tick, that make this thing go, regardless of which type of my work that you like the best. But you're here on the True Crime channel, so I assume you like the true crime shit. I do want to give a shout out to Owen, brother. I saw your comment. I did shout you out several times for your tip yesterday. It was on 2 different videos, as well as my community tab, as well as my live stream channel. So calm down. Calm down. Anyways, thank you very much, Owen. Appreciate you very much. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to get into this story. I'm going to give you a little bit of a recap. Basically what we had is we have 2 females right here, and there was also another dude. These are all teenagers. The third victim is not being identified because I guess the family does not want him identified, and because he's under the age of 18, they have that prerogative. So one of these females was found dead outside of a dumpster, and I got a lot of you guys correcting that after the video, but the sheriff is the one that corrected it, and I didn't see that till after the last video. So the chick on the left, the kind of bigger chick, she was actually found dead outside of a dumpster. Now the chick on the right that you see right here above my shoulder, she was actually found in the trunk. In the trunk of the first chick's car, submerged in kind of a little pond area. The other dude was left in a field. Now, the dudes on the left, this is where we're going to get to the update here. In that last video, a lot of people were like, is this going to be a serial killer in Florida? My statement to you would be like, no, this is going to be other teens involved. And many of you guys have commented on that video and said, JB, you nailed it again. Of course I did. I'm fucking JB Gunner. It is what it is. I know these types of crimes, and I knew exactly by the weight of these 2 what these 3 were going to look like. What do you mean by that, JB? Well, they're portly, and usually when there's portly white women, it leads to what you see on the other side. Just saying, it's a connection in my 42 years I've always been able to gain. Portly white women equals this, period. Let's go. Let's go ahead and actually get into the story, though. So, like I said, that's kind of the recap. That's kind of the recap of where we was at in the video that we gave you yesterday. So, the sheriff came out and he said, we will find these people, and they have. As I said when I was talking right here, 2 of these 3 have been arrested. The one in the middle was actually still on the run. And yes, these are very young boys. These are very young people. Come to find out, this entire group of people were basically wannabe gang members, wannabe thugs, wannabe all of that, including these mud sharks. So essentially that's what you had. You had these 2 hanging out with this, and at the end of this video, you're gonna get a very serious message from me, because I've told you guys on many different videos, this is why I don't believe multiculturalism works. And we're not talking about different races. We're talking about different cultures. Different cultures cannot intertwine, especially if you come from a culture that isn't as violent as another culture. You don't necessarily want to intertwine them things, because what you end up with is people trying to emulate the people from the other culture. And you guys see it all over the place when different cultures mix. Once again, not speaking race, I'm speaking culturally. And so if you're one of them dummies that's like, no, you're saying race, well then go fuck yourself. I don't care what you're saying. Race has a lot to do with culture, but ultimately we're talking about cultures. You can't take someone from to be honest, from a British culture overseas and think it's going to mix well with American culture. It just does not work. Multiculturalism does not work. And that will be the theme a little bit later on as we progress. So let's get to the story, though. Let's get to the story that we have here. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the breaking news that we do have. We have teens, obviously the teens murdered, but we also have the arrest. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. I'll give you some more commentary.
17-year-old and a 12-year-old have been arrested for the shooting deaths of 3 teenagers in Marion County. Investigators say right now they are still looking for a 16-year-old believed to have been involved as well.
West 2's Dave McDaniel is live at the Marion County Sheriff's Office with what the sheriff says happened here.
Well, the Marion County Sheriff said the tips from the public helped a great deal as they worked to build the case, a case that now led to 2 arrests, and they're poised to make a third.
By the way, I want to let you guys know, the sheriff in this case is him and Grady Judd are my 2 favorite sheriffs in America. If you guys got the time, you have to watch this 16-minute long press conference by the sheriff of this county. He is without a shadow of a doubt on point. He's not afraid to come out there and tell you the truth. He's basically telling you that all you gun control motherfuckers have lost your mind, because if you take away guns from the good guys, criminals are still going to have guns. Perfect. He was on Fox News all night last night. A whole bunch of different interviews. Quality sheriff. Exactly what we need when it comes to law enforcement. I get it right now. A lot of you leftists are squeamish and you're squirming and you're like, no, we want to ban the guns, JB. Go ban your fucking self. Just the truth. How do you stop a bad guy with a gun? You stop him with a good guy with a gun. Simple. It's the way it works. Let's go ahead and get back to this. But I want to give this sheriff a shout out. No question about that. I would recommend, in fact, I will put the link to this in the description box. You guys can go check it out. Let's get back to this.
He said this was a betrayal between a group of kids which ended in murder.
They took a life without thought.
Right.
They deserve the full extent of the law.
After
That mean, and what that means they deserve is they deserve death. These look, man, I don't like hearing that bullshit when y'all are like, no, they're kids, you gotta let them live and learn. No, bitch, you shut the fuck up. You don't have to let them live and learn. They brutally murdered these people. Now, I want to let you also know there's no honor amongst thieves, though. So the truth of this is these people over here, I'm not even saying they didn't deserve it. Because what you do not know is that these groups of people, they were coming together, they were robbing people, they were carjacking people, they were committing crimes together. These 2 wanted to be part of these 3's gang. And basically these 3 turned on, these 2 and the other one. That's what happened in this case. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. You steal from another man, you deserve to have your motherfucking shit right off of you. Because I'll tell you right now, you steal anything from me. One of you raggedy assholes come in my house and steal a beer out my fridge. I'm not playing. You don't steal from a motherfucker. You don't rob a motherfucker. And you definitely don't try to, as in their words, hit licks on a motherfucker. Because one day you're going to try to hit a lick on a motherfucker that will lick your ass back. Ooh, ladies, I was on free. I will lick your ass. I will, you understand. Lick me and I'll lick you back. All right, let's get back to the story. All right, let's go.
For a week of promising justice, Marion County Sheriff announced 2 murder arrests. 17-year-old Robert Robinson and a 12-year-old West 2 isn't naming due to his age.
Goofy little shit.
They're still looking for a 16-year-old.
But some of y'all's hair is wild, man. I just want to, some of y'all's hair is wild. Some of y'all need to be incarcerated just for y'all's fucked up hair. You know, I'm not lying. Y'all's ladies cut off horses' asses and attach them to the back of their heads. You don't believe me? I can show you the video. I can show y'all the video if you do not believe me. In fact, let me go, hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna show you right now. Just there. You don't believe me? I'm gonna show you how to get the fucking weave, right? I'm gonna show you how the fuck they get their weave.
What is that?
Hold on. Get out of that horse's ass. Get out of that horse's ass.
Wow, that's a lot of hair. What's that?
Get out of that horse's ass. Y'all got some wild hair. I'm just saying. All right, let's get back to the story.
It's Bruton, the third suspect in the triple murder. They've been working for a week now.
Investigators were able to determine that this group of juveniles were involved in committing burglaries and robberies.
The sheriff described the killings as a fallout within the group.
Fallout within this gang of criminals. All of these people committing crimes, robberies, doing all that. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. To these broads, I say bon voyage, bitches. Shouldn't be out robbing and burglarizing. To these three motherfuckers, shouldn't be out robbing, burglarizing, and killing. But also want to say, this is what happens when you leave your fucking regular home and go to try to hang out on the other side of the tracks. I was raised on the other side of the tracks. That's why my ass was so fucked up as a kid. I was smart enough to get my ass out, though, and become conservative and a business owner and things like that. A lot of times, when you get to hanging out, you don't make it out. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say with that. Be careful about your choices about who you kick it with. And that's what this sheriff was saying. Throughout his whole speech, he's like, I wanna show these people. He's like, because I want parents to be wise enough to make smart choices about who their children hang out with. Sheriff is spot on. Uh-oh, can't throw up. They said the okay sign is the white supremacy sign now. Oh, fuck it. All right, let's roll. Crazy shit. Y'all make up brand new woke shit every day. Let's go.
There is no honor among thieves.
That's right.
This all started last Thursday night with 16-year-old Layla Silvernail being found shot along a road near a dumpster not far from Ocklawaha. Then a 17-year-old male was found a half a mile away. Then another 16-year-old found shot to death in Layla's car, partially submerged in a pond. Wood's now saying, even though there were 3 victims in 3 spots, there was one shooting scene.
I already told you of the witness hearing the gunshots.
Damn.
That is when all 3 were killed.
All 3 were killed in one spot. One spot, and we touched on this in the last video. All 3 of these people, hold on, is that the same bitch? Is it the same broad in both pictures? You know what, let me check something out. Let me see, because I know there's pictures of okay, no, I think, it's not the same, bro. Okay, just making sure. All right, just making sure. They look like they twerk on Ticker Talker and watch BET. All right, let's go ahead and get back to this. Here we go.
The arrest affidavit says the witness heard 4 or 5 loud pops. Wood says he has confessions for at least one of the 3 shootings. Some details are still being withheld as the sheriff's office builds its case, but when asked about the gun, the sheriff says the gun was taken during a car break-in. And the arrest affidavit says on at least one phone investigators found are images of kids wielding a handgun pointed at the camera.
Of course.
Sheriff Wood says it's been a long few days with emotional impacts.
Last night, I had to stare into the eyes of 2 mothers. It's not their fault. I am a father, and I cannot fathom
I like
what
him.
they were going through.
I like the sheriff.
The sheriff says far too often when juveniles get out of line, they don't face any accountability.
Right.
He says there will be accountability in this case.
My man.
Reporting live in Marion County, Dave McDaniel, West 2 News.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Definitely got to check him out, right? Let's go ahead and get back to the story here. I'll try to wrap it up. I'll try to wrap this up. He says, I'll get him. Sheriff vows to hunt down third killer as two boys aged 12 and 17 are arrested in triple murders. Cop says shooters left messy crime scene as they hid bodies after turning on the victims. We already have seen their names. I'm just going to say this. At the end of the day, you get what you ask for. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. The reality of this is these people are thugs. Who do you mean these people? I mean the people in the story. If you look right here, I'm going to show you a little bit more. Boy age 17 and friend 12 charged with killing 3 teenagers robbed a man at gunpoint hours before their victims were shot dead. So before they even did this, I want you to understand these people have been doing this. These people, they were part of a unit that did this shit. This is who they are. Robert Robinson and 12-year-old Christopher Atkins were arrested on Friday. So I want to make this clear, by the way. I want to make this clear to all of you. When you try to throw up little innocent pictures of Trayvon Martin and shit, and or whoever the fuck, and try to sit here and tell us, look, man, they're little kids, man. Look, this is exactly why it does not matter. First of all, Trayvon was like 6'4", and not a little kid. But I want you to understand clearly, kids, adults, does not matter. Because in today's societies, these little motherfuckers will leave you dead. These little motherfuckers will kill you in a heartbeat, as we just saw right here. Not only did they do the killing, then they drove around with the bodies and dumped them off. Yes, these little kids are little kids. But these little kids just culturally come from an environment where pulling a 187 on an undercover cop, that type of shit, is a cool thing. You know what I'm saying? How real you are, homie, is based on how many motherfuckers you could pop. Understand, different cultures, we don't have the same values at all. And how do I know? Because I was raised in this culture. And I grew up to be a different culture. And who I am now is completely different from who I am growing up on the south side of Chicago as a youth and then moving to Indianapolis. Completely different. Me in the South is a completely different person than me in the Midwest. My upbringing should have got me killed, and it almost did. 14 stab wounds, 2 gunshots, prison sentences. But thank God I was smart enough to recognize that it was the mixture of the cultures that was leading. You're a product of your environment. And if your environment is an environment filled with a culture that believes in violence, believes in gangbanging, believes in thuggery, then you yourself is going to follow that lead. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I deserve my stab wounds. I deserve my gunshots. I deserve my prison sentences. You know why? Because I thought it was cool. I thought it was play stupid games, win stupid prizes. These bitches just found out too. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Let's get back to this. So here's the deal. Right before these chicks and the other one got murdered, Robinson and Atkins had arranged to meet a man and sell him a gun for $240. Let this sink in. These people will leave you fucking dead for $200. A third suspect, Taj Bruton, remains at large. Police have issued a $10,000 reward leading to his arrest. But these people literally, right before this, met a man to sell him a gun for $240. They drove up to his house shortly before 7 p.m. and the prospective buyer got inside the vehicle. The gun was placed on the buyer's lap, who then took $240 from his pocket. The weapon was snatched back by one of the boys. Robinson pistol whipped the man, and then the pair aimed their guns at the man, according to police report. The prospective buyer scrambled out of the car, ran towards his house. The boys still took shots at him as the white sedan sped off. $200. Somebody will probably donate and tip me $200 in this video. You know why? Because it's called work. But some of these motherfuckers don't want to work. They don't want to sit here. They don't want to do the research or whatever it is you guys do for a living that's watching this video. Some of these people believe in, instead of working hard, they believe in taking your shit. Because culturally it's accepted in some areas, within some groups of people. And you can get mad at me and claim whatever you want to claim with me. But the reality of this is, we have kids dead right now because of cultural teachings. When you have, and listen, I ain't trying to get all religious or political here, but when you have areas in this nation, when you have a government agenda to split the nuclear family up and promote feminism, where women ain't at home, instead they're out working, and in fact they can leave their husbands, leave their boyfriends if you just give them some welfare and shit like that, you end up creating an atmosphere where there's no fathers in the home, there's no nuclear family, a lot of kids are home alone, and essentially they raise themselves, or the streets raise them. And if you, as a parent, so what happens is you get those single moms, those single parents living off government assistance. Where do they move? They move right into the gutter, which is going to be a melting pot of different cultures. And what is the number one thing that remains a common denominator within them cultures? The cultures that are mixing? Poverty. And so what they do is they sit around and they kill each other all day for shit like $200. But here's the problem. Now it's leaking off into the suburbs. Now it's leaking off into your neighborhood, my neighborhood, the neighborhoods where your children play. And so what happens is your children play with these children and your children end up in the same goddamn gutter. That's the truth. That is the message. I was right again. And I told you, not only would it be teenagers, you guys that saw me on my other channel, live streaming, where I can talk more political and more open without you snowflakes melting, I even told you exactly what the perps would look like. And goddamn it, I was right. Was I or was I not? Watch your kids. Pay attention to who they hang out with. And if you can't do that, I'm going to be doing more stories on Cryme Time about your children. That's the reality. Guys, appreciate all of you for being here. If you guys like what I do here and you find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Also, check out some other content if you're not a snowflake. I got a political page, which is suspended for 7 days. I have a live stream channel, a gaming channel, all of that good shit. You can see it right down below. Like I said, if you value what I do, feel free to hit the links. Because unlike these sacks of shit, I'm willing to work for my money. I'm willing to get up right now. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm making sure you guys got a video over here. I dropped you 3 yesterday on this channel, plus on my other channels, did my thing. Some people work for their shit. Some people don't. Make sure you install in your children the concept of good, hard work. Because if not, they're all going to die just like these people will, because they choose the life of robbing you. They choose the life of thuggery. And before any of you people get mad at me and try to say, JB, no, we don't like the way you're wording this. We don't like what you're insinuating. I can show you numbers. Certain cultures, certain group of people per capita not only lead in every criminal category, but by a lot. By a lot. And if you don't believe me, I can show you literally, hold on, let's do it. I can literally show you right now. Give me just a second. I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to give you something real quick. Okay? Right now. So what we'll do is we'll go 2020. We'll do all ages and we'll do rate per 100,000. Well, that's what we'll do. Update table. All ages 2020. Okay? This is every statistical category per capita. Okay? All offenses, it's clearly doubled, but I just want you to pay attention to a couple different categories. And look at these points right here. This is per 100,000. So like if we look at murder, one group of people, 2.2 per 100,000. The other group, 13.5. So understand, and you can look at every statistical category. Murder, check. Robbery, check. Aggravated assault, check. Burglary, check. Larceny, theft, check. Motor vehicle theft, check. Arson, even fucking arson, check. Simple assault, check. Forgery and counterfeiting, check. It sounds crazy, right? Fraud, check. And by a lot. Embezzlement, even embezzlement, check. Stolen property, check. Vandalism, check. Weapons, check. Prostitution, check. Who the fuck is fucking those? By a lot. 3.5 per 100,000 and then 14.5 per 100,000. 327 drug abuse violations, check. Doubled. Gambling, even gambling, check. Offenses against family and children, doubled, check. Let's see here. What we got here? Driving under the influence, check. It's a close call there, though. Okay, no, we got them. Liquor laws. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, ding, ding, ding. Okay, we're the liquor law champions. Drunkenness, check. Disorderly conduct, check. Vagrancy, check. All other offenses except traffic, check. By a large margin. Curfew and loitering, check. Property crime index, check. Violent crimes, big check. 3 times. Almost 4 times. 3 times is what it is. All I do is present facts. You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. That's right. All I do is present facts. Take it how you want to. Watch your kids. Watch who they hang out with. That way I'm not doing stories on your dead fucking children on Cryme Time. All right? Love you guys. I will see you soon. I'm JB Gunner. This is Cryme Time. Hope you have a wonderful day.